How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. According to Marc Stein, it is no longer a lock for Marc Gasol to return to the Lakers. Whether or not that is actually true, we do not yet know. While Marc Stein has been a reliable reporter in the past, lately he has been fairly inaccurate, and his report could very well be more speculation rather than actual reporting. However, we do not yet know, and maybe the Lakers do not even yet know, if Marc Gasol will return to their team or even wants to return. While I do think he would have a role to play, it would probably be a fairly limited one, because not only did they bring back Dwight Howard, who will likely play around 20 minutes per game, but they also plan playing Anthony Davis more at the 5 this year according to reports. And if that can be believed, there would not be much time left for Gasol to play, and if they are playing against a team who plays in a small ball lineup, I'm sure he would not even get to play at all. And between all of that, I could see where the idea comes from that he may not want to play for them again. At the end of the day though, we will not know anything until official word comes out, but we can look at potential replacements for him in case he would be leaving their team. And if we are looking to replace him, obviously, it would need to be with a player who can play at the 5 and preferably would be able to space the floor. And if Gasol were to leave, they would be losing their only center who can reliably shoot from the 3-point line, and whether or not you want to admit it, that actually would hurt their team. In order to properly replace him, they should probably look to add another big who can shoot from the 3-point line, and while there is not much remaining in free agency, there may be a few hidden gems available. And in today's video, we'll be reviewing 5 free agents who could potentially replace Marc Gasol if he were to leave their team. I will not be ranking these players in any particular order, but in order to be included, the player needs to have shown the potential to be able to shoot from the 3-point line. But without further ado, coming in at number 5, we got DJ Wilson. While DJ Wilson may not be a well-known player, he does fit the profile of being a floor-spacing big man. For a majority of his career, he had been trapped behind players like Giannis and Brook Lopez in Milwaukee, which left him with very little playing time, but after being traded to the Rockets earlier this year, he was able to show off his game a little bit more. After being traded, he was able to highlight his ability to play at either the 4 or 5 due to his great mobility for a player of his size and from his ability to shoot from the 3-point line. While a shooting mark of 34.5% from the 3-point line is not anything that will make your jaw drop, it is pretty good for a big man. He has a good shooting touch and is not afraid to let it fly from deep. With that, for a big that often spends a lot of time out on the perimeter, he is able to get into the paint and grab a good amount of rebounds too. After being traded to the Rockets, he grabbed nearly 4 rebounds per game in under 14 minutes per game. Again, not anything to go crazy about, but he has shown the ability to be a productive player. And overall, for a guy who can play at the 4 or 5, he has a fairly well-rounded game. He can shoot from the 3-point line, he rebounds pretty well, he can defend perimeter players a little bit, and can bang down low. He will provide them with a solid backup plan to Marc Gasol if he were to leave. But now moving on to player number 4, where we have Umar Ilyasova. If they are looking to purely replace the 3-point shooting that Gasol would take away by leaving, Ilyasova would probably be the ideal free agent to do it with. He is the most reliable 3-point shooting big man available and has practically made a career by being able to shoot from beyond the arc. But while he is a very good 3-point shooter, he does not do anything else particularly well. He is an average rebounder, an average defender at best, and is slightly below average at finishing around the rim for a player of his height. Although I will give him credit for being very good at taking a charge. He is more of a power forward compared to a center, but he can play at the 5 in today's NBA. He would probably be a pretty good fit on the court with Anthony Davis due to his ability to shoot from the 3-point line and at a fairly high volume too. However, they would not be able to rely on him to protect the rim. Overall though, he would be a good option to replace the 3-point shooting that Gasol brought them. He has been in the NBA for a long time now, and for good reason. He will continue to bring value to a team in today's NBA with his 3-point shooting ability, and he remains a viable option because of it. But now moving on to player number 3, where we have DeMarcus Cousins. Another veteran big man who is currently without a team, Boogie would probably be one of the first names to be brought up if Gasol were to leave their team. Not only does he have ties with them, but he has proven to be a good fit on the court with Anthony Davis during their time together in New Orleans. And while Boogie does lack defensively and is not the player that he once was, he can still provide great rebounding and above average production on offense for a big. He grabs a good amount of offensive rebounds and will always bring physicality down low, but with that, he has rounded out to be a fairly good 3-point shooter too. While his 34.8% from the 3-point line will not blow you away, for a big man, that is actually pretty good. and if he could shoot anywhere near the 42% that he shot from the 3-point line after joining the Clippers, he would bring a lot of value to their team. Again though, the one big drawback here is from his inability to defend. He is not able to defend the perimeter and often becomes a target on pick and rolls. Teams will tend to pick on him whenever he is in the game, and he can be difficult to keep in because of that. However, they would not be looking at him to fill a large role, so I don't think that would become too big of an issue, and overall, he would be a good but not great option. But now moving on to player number 2, where we have Paul Millsap. While he is more of a power forward, in today's NBA, Millsap is definitely capable of playing at the 5 in a small ball lineup. He is a very physical player and can actually protect the rim a little bit due to his great length. With that, he is probably the best all-around big man still available. Even though he is getting up there in age, Millsap can still provide around 10 points per game, rebound at a high level, shoot from the 3-point line, and play adequate defense. No, he is not the all-star caliber player that he once was, but he is still a quality veteran player. And while he only shot 34.3% from the 3-point line this year, he shot a very impressive 43.5% from the 3-point line last year. He is one of the better 3-point shooting bigs in the entire NBA and adds a lot of value to a team from his 3-point shooting ability alone. And even beyond the production that he would provide them on the court, he would be another winning player to add to their locker room. He has never won a championship, and he will be hungry to get one before he retires. He may not be the ideal replacement for Gasol at the 5, but they also have a hole to fill at power forward too. Millsap would provide them with great depth at both the 4 and 5. But now moving on to player number 1, where we have Isaiah Hartenstein. Again, I did not rank these players in any particular order, but I wanted to include Hartenstein on here as a bit of a dark horse candidate. No, he is not a veteran player and has not played many meaningful minutes in the NBA, but he does have a very well-rounded game for a big man. He is a good rebounder, he can protect the rim, he can run the floor, and he can even shoot the ball a little bit too. He has not shot the ball much from the 3-point line, but he has shown the ability to shoot from the mid-range and definitely has the potential to develop a reliable 3-point shot eventually. He would probably be a better fit for a rebuilding team, where he could get more minutes to develop his game, but he could still provide them with good production in limited minutes. He would not be expected to fill a very large role for them, and you could really not expect him to either. He has never averaged more than 12.2 minutes per game in any year of his entire career. Again, the upside is definitely there with Hartenstein, and he does have a lot of potential. Whether that potential would be able to be seen on a contending team while playing limited minutes, I'm not really sure, but they could definitely do worse than him. He has one of the best all-around games available for a big, and I really do not know how he has not been picked up yet by a rebuilding team. But with that, that'll conclude the 5 free agents that I believe the Lakers need to target if Marc Gasol were to leave their team. And what do you guys think? From the players included on my list, who would you like to see them bring in if Marc Gasol were to leave their team? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below, and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. And if you want to stay up to date on all my immediate thoughts and moves around the NBA, be sure to follow me on Twitter too. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.